Hey guys, what is going on? It's your girl Alicia coming back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about price action, what I was looking for, what happened, and essentially like targeting order blocks. Yeah, targeting order blocks for a draw on liquidity and kind of diving deep into that. So, cheers. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. So this one's for you. Awesome. So we're gonna start on the daily time frame. Beautiful. All right, now we know we have been moving higher, but again, we want to go for those higher moves until proven otherwise. However, this morning, we closed in this daily fair value gap, and if we were gonna move higher, I kind of wanted to see it not do that, you know? If we were gonna move higher, yeah, maybe take up Monday's low and then have a push. But the fact is we closed in this daily fair value gap. So that right there is kind of showing me, hey, we're probably gonna wanna go for lower prices. We're probably gonna want to trade into this order block here and potentially Thursday's low. Now I do have this daily order block marked out. It's this red box right here, and I want you guys to kind of watch and pay attention to why I was targeting that. But essentially when I saw we were not respecting this daily fair value gap, I assumed we were going to want to go lower and potentially made a high on Monday. It is NFP week, so we'll see how the markets trade, but definitely wanted to see lower prices this morning, and I was aiming for the consequent encroachment of this daily order block. Beautiful. Let's drop down to the 1 hour or 4 hour just to kind of give it a look. Beautiful. Again, when we broke this low right here, so we're breaking out of this 4 hour kind of order block, I wanted to see the market continue to respect it and move lower. When we broke out of this 4 hour order block and broke this low right here, I was assuming we would want to see the market drop down into this consequent encroachment of that daily order block and potentially Thursday's low, but we'll see what happens. And we did in fact take out that low, not respecting this daily fair value gap at all, not respecting this higher time frame 4 hour order block at all. So we are gonna go lower. Let's drop down on the 1 hour time frame. Beautiful. So after this happened, we have that kind of break right here at, I believe it was 10 a.m. We did end up trading higher before moving lower, and I will show you guys on like the smaller time frames, but I personally did not take a trade today. When the markets are moving like this, it's kind of harder for me to get into the market just because I really like seeing that when you take buy side liquidity and then we have that break of market structure and then we move lower. But today we simply just moved lower, and that's fine, but that's why I didn't take a trade in this. Let's drop down the 15-minute. Beautiful. Again, we had this break at 9:45, came back up into this 15-minute fair value gap. We then created relatively equal highs on the lower time frames. But if you go to the ES, we actually had SMT happening. So the ES took out their relative equal highs, but the NASDAQ did not. And seeing that, we were expecting the market to move lower and faster. Drop down the 5-minute. Perfect. Crazy, we came up to this like nice little order block here at 10 a.m. We also had news at 10 a.m. so we were a little bit cautious about like, okay, we're probably gonna see some movement. But we did in fact respect this level, again, leaving these relative equal highs intact. But on the ES, we did have SMT. We did trade into that 15-minute fair value gap before moving lower. Again, we broke that market structure, and since we were aiming for this consequent encroachment of the daily order block, we were still looking for sells, even though we did not take out the relative equal highs. And that right there is another reason why we didn't want to trade today, just because like we're not taking out those relative equal highs. It's probably a really trending day, and usually those are good, but for me, sometimes it's just really hard to trade them, you know, because it's like, okay, we're definitely having a pullback, we're definitely gonna pull back. No, sometimes that just doesn't even happen. All right, let's drop down to the 1 minute. Beautiful. Now, again, we left these relative equal highs intact, but then we had this kind of break right here. Again, we didn't actually have that pullback into that 50% level, which is something I would have liked to happen. We, in fact, didn't. We stayed below the 50% level and continued to trade lower off this 1 minute fair value gap here. Again, we did want to see those lower prices, so that's totally fine. We then break this low, continuing trend down. Again, if we mark this high to this low, it did not come back up into that 50% level, but we did respect this fair value gap right here before going lower. And then we have one more kind of swing right here, like this baby swing right there. And we did, in fact, come back to that 50% level. Now, at this time, since our objective was the consequent encroachment, if we take this fair value gap, take this high, and we aim for this consequent encroachment of the daily order block, it doesn't give me my 1 to 2 risk to reward. And because it doesn't give me the 1 to 2 risk to reward, we didn't really like this trade either. Now, of course, it did trade lower, eventually giving us that 1 to 2 risk to reward. But when we're trading in these conditions, it's kind of just best to go for that easy kind of draw on liquidity. And yeah, even though we did manage to get our 1 to 2 here, we still were okay with not entering into a trade today, simply based on the fact that it is Tuesday, NFP week. We had a really slow day yesterday. We've kind of just been like moving lower. Was not able to take those relative equal highs out, was not able to retrace into this area here until getting down to like really close to our objective of the day. So we'll kind of see how the rest of the day plays out. Maybe we'll see some buys, maybe it'll go lower. All I know is I'm good. I'm okay. We didn't take a trade, but we didn't lose any money, right? So we didn't make any money, but we didn't lose any money. And I think that's totally fine. It is NFP week. Tomorrow we have Powell speaking at 10 a.m., so it's going to be a bit of a crazy morning. We have him speaking again on Thursday at 10 a.m., and then we have NFP on Friday. I'm sure there'll be some opportunity. We'll see how it goes. I'm not in a rush to get in a trade this week for sure. And yeah, we'll just kind of see like what the market has in plan for us. But today I did not take a trade, and I'm totally okay with that. So I hope you all love this video. I hope you got something from this video. I know it is short, but there wasn't much going on in the markets today. Yes, we did have like a nice trending day, but I really do like to wait for those pullback areas. And since we didn't get those pullback areas, we just didn't take a trade. It's just that simple, you know, and that's fine. So I hope you love this video. Again, cheers to you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you got something. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to talk about a trade I took. Again, it is NFP week, so we're just gonna kind of play it by ear at this point. Beautiful. Well, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.